Sometimes, it's not that we don't want to move on. It's that our heart doesn't know how. When you love somebody deeply, letting go can feel like betrayal, because the mind keeps whispering, if I stop crying, if I stop hurting, does that mean I stopped caring? And sometimes you're not holding on to the person anymore. You're holding on to the pain that reminds you they were real. But grief is tricky like that. It tells you you're keeping them close, when really, it's keeping you from living. Let me share a story that will bring this all together. There was a woman named Naomi. 2 years had passed since her husband died, but her home still sounded like he was just running late. His shoes still by the door. His Bible still open on the nightstand. She still cooked his favorite meals, still talked to his picture every night before bed. To everyone else, she looked strong, but inside, she was breaking. She smiled through her days, but her nights were filled with questions that burned. One night, she couldn't hide from them anymore. She dropped to her knees in the middle of the living room, tears hitting the floor like rain. God, I did everything right. I prayed. I believed. I served you faithfully, and you still took him from me. You took my mother, my brother, my husband. Everyone I ever leaned on, gone. How much more do you want from me? Her voice cracked with rage and exhaustion. You say you're close to the brokenhearted. Then why do I feel so alone? Why would you give me something so beautiful, just to snatch it away? And when the house went silent, when her words finally dissolved into sobs, she heard it, a still, calm voice from deep within. Do you want to join them? Her heart stopped. That single question echoed through her like thunder. For a moment, she was terrified. Join them, she thought. God, what do you mean? Her mind flooded with fear. She saw the casket, the headstones, the empty chair beside her bed, and for a split second she imagined what it would mean to leave this world. And something inside of her screamed, no! Because in that instant she realized she wasn't ready to go. She still had purpose inside her. She still had prayers she hadn't prayed, dreams she hadn't lived, and people who still needed her presence. Then the truth hit her even harder. She hadn't been living at all. She'd been breathing, yes. But every day she chose grief over gratitude, anger over acceptance, and control over trust. She'd spent so much time questioning God's plan that she forgot he still had one for her. And that one question, do you want to join them? Wasn't condemnation. It was compassion. It was God's way of saying, if you're going to keep their memory alive, do it by living, not dying with them. Tears fell again, but now they were different. They weren't angry tears. They were releasing tears. She whispered, no, Lord, I don't want to join them. I want to live. And in that moment, she felt something loosen inside. The grip of guilt, the chains of control, the fear of moving forward. She realized her husband wasn't gone. He was home. And the best way to honor him was to keep walking and let her life become proof that love doesn't end. It evolves. See, perspective is everything. If we're ever going to truly heal or grow or reach the point where we can appreciate God's greatness, we have to be willing to see more than just one side of the story. Because when you only focus on the perspective that keeps you hurting, you'll never recognize the one that's meant to free you. It's not that we shouldn't grieve. Grief is natural. But if all we ever see is what was taken, we'll miss what God is still trying to give. There's always a bigger picture. And even when we can't make sense of it, we have to trust that God already has. God didn't ask her that question to take her life. He asked it to give her a reason to start living again. This is the quote room, where words wake minds. Some things don't need a reaction, just reflection. Just a few thoughts I had on my mind.